Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow here. It's been a little bit, but that's because I was moving 16 hours across the country from Dallas to Orlando. And now I finally have a little bit of time to actually sit down and do things like make a YouTube video for you guys. So I'm finally getting around to doing my Aqua Force profile. So to get that started, starting Vanguard, the only one we can do, Eric, followed by triggers. Obviously 4 heals, and then I'm doing a 6 draw, 6 crit ratio. As far as the trigger lineup, I like crits more than front triggers. They apply more pressure on the opponent. When you're playing fronts, the opponent can plan their turn, or they'll just let the Vanguard hit and plan on like just blocking the first few rear guards, let the Vanguard hit, deal with the rest later. But if you have the crits, it puts more pressure on them because then they can't just like let the crit happen. They got to worry about being critted as well. So, and then the 6 draws, the deck puts out a lot of pressure, so you don't need to have like 8 crits or anything like that. The deck is already doing a bunch of high power attacks. In fact, like the attacks do more of the work than the triggers do. So you got to make sure you have cards that actually do things. That's why the draw triggers are there. So give you cards to play, as well as make the deck more consistent as far as like drawing the grade 3s you want to ride and stuff. So for the grade 1s, we got 4 Influent Dagger. The more attacks you do, the bigger he gets. I would want to play Viviana. She's pretty cool, but she's a little bit like too late in the turn to. She'd be more helpful early game than she is later game, where she can help you draw. But she takes too long. Her wave is too high in order to use her skill. This guy is just more consistently good. Then we got 4 Penguin. This card is really cool. Mostly for the first skill, rest and give someone +5. He goes well with cards like Tidal Solar and Argos. I don't really use his second skill a lot, but it's there if you need it, which sometimes you do because you don't have Counterblast. Your opponent's trying to keep you out of it. He can get you there. And last, we have for Theo. This card is really good. You can put it behind like a Vanguard. Where sometimes the opponent would be like, alright, I can guard the rear guards up to the Vanguard. I'm at 3, can no guard it. Even if it gets a crit, I'll still be alive. But if you've put Theo behind your Vanguard, now your opponent's like, man, I don't really want to let that hit either because it's going to give someone +8. +8 is a lot. That's a lot to deal with. So he's good for that way, and you can just throw him down in an Excel circle, have him swing 18. The opponent can't afford to let guard because +8 is a lot, like we just said. That's it for the grade 1 lineup. Just 12, like most Excel decks. You need to focus more on your 2s and 3s. Onto the 2s, we got our 4 Tidal Assault. This card is pretty good. Usually you can swing it at wave 1 for 9k, restand at 9k. Sometimes you just don't care that you're gonna lose the 5k. You got so many things else going on, but it's a good card. Next we got our 4 Argos, preferred Vanguard ride. This card is pretty good, gets you additional attack, and on rear guard you can wave 1, restand. It's a good card. I don't really have too much other to say about it from there. Next we got 2 Lazarus. He gets +3, so he's at 12k. So against anything that's not a force, this card can swing all by himself at them without using any costs up. And the fact that he's not utilizing costs and can still hit like anything except a grade 3 13k, that's what makes him pretty helpful to the deck. So that's why I'm running 2 of them. In my last grade 1 or grade 2 spot, playing 1 Shotgun Assault. I could play a 3rd Lazarus, but I want to have like more cards that are like beefy, surprising, like power cards. And since the only other card in the deck that's really soul blasting for the most part is Tidal Assault, I'm pretty sure I can afford to run like just one of this guy, especially since Tidal Assault will get attacked a lot. This guy being able to attack for like 17 all by himself is pretty impressive. It's a 10 guard for protect and excel clans. So under the grade 3s, we got 4 of our main boss card of the deck, Naval Gazer. This card is good and consistent. That's what I like about him. He's a big attack and he restands a rear guard. That's what I like. He's the main focus of the deck. Next we got 2 Maelstrom. I don't prefer Maelstrom, as I just said, over Naval Gazer, but like it doesn't hurt, I should say, to have a second boss card to ride, and 6 boss cards to ride is a pretty comfortable number for me. If I was just playing the 4 Naval Gazer, which I would prefer, as long as I could always have Naval Gazer to ride, but you can't always draw them to ride. And if you have to ride like a grade 3 that's intended for rear guard, then you're just probably going to lose. So, well, it's not the best, it's the next best thing. So we got 2 of them. Then we got 3 Riptide, our 32k attacker. It's a good card. Don't have much else to say. And my last card of the deck, I am running 1 Diamantes. I want to run more between the counterblast costs in the deck and just room in general. I don't have room to play more, but I really like this card. It's a really strong rear guard. That strange noise, if you're wondering, is my daughter, my 2-year-old. But this card is a really strong card. Putting it in an Excel circle, if you don't do anything else, even just there, you can swing 19 with them and restand them and have another 19k swing. But when you have other effects applied to them, like Penguin and stuff, it can get to more, and it can do other things. Not more, because Penguin's on a non-Excel, but you get what I'm saying. I really do like this card. I wish I could play more of it. I just don't have the room. And that is it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching.